Greetings. Welcome to the Anderson Valley Junior Senior High School Project-Based Learning Leadership Project for 2022. This year, our slightly smaller PBL team attended the High Tech High Virtual Leadership Conference, and we decided to focus our leadership project on a video message to our school board explaining what PBL is, why it's important, and to ask for their support in increasing the use of project-based learning in our school district. We will start our presentation to the board by explaining what PBL is. We'll tell them it's a hands-on creative way for students to learn new things, get creative, practice skills that they've learned, and to share their learning with each other and the people in their communities using exhibition. Anderson Valley teachers have been implementing PBL practices for about 5 years, and we've had many successes and struggles along the way. In the past, our leadership projects have always focused on exhibition of student work, with our community as the audience in focus. And our team has implemented at least one school-wide exhibition each year. Our presentation will also focus on the benefits of project-based learning, how it's important for all students, not just our Perkins populations, but every student. Our board has mentioned in the past how they want to increase student engagement. We think we can do this using PBL. By using open-ended projects, we open up the possibilities for our projects to have a freedom of expression and creativity. By adding flexibility to our schedule, we can do more cross-curricular projects where students can see how school subjects overlap to contribute to larger ideas. And they can benefit from having the help and perspective of different teachers, including community members, when we can connect students to people in their communities to work as mentors and to give them feedback on their projects. It'll show them that real-world applications of their work can be achieved using the power of their knowledge. We can also use maker spaces for hands-on projects and using technology in different areas of the school to achieve their best work. Our presentation will also focus on evidence of learning that the school board might be able to see. Every step of the way for project-based learning is a learning experience, including project brainstorming, planning a project, collaboration of students along the way. The board might be able to see them actually learn by doing, or by meeting with field experts to act as mentors along the way. Students might use these mentors or their fellow students to receive feedback on their work. They can talk about the strengths and weaknesses and steps that they might take to revise their work to make it even better. They can reflect on their learning after they're done and share their knowledge with those around them. We can even show the school board the outcomes of our empathy interviews, where we see how students are feeling about a certain project or what types of projects they might be interested in doing. We will be presenting where these projects are occurring and what types of projects are happening. For instance, our Idea Lab is our large makerspace on campus. It is led by Mr. Ballantyne, who teaches construction, industrial design, and junior high design classes to students grades 7 through 12. Mr. Ballantyne is taking the idea of the shop class to the 21st century by incorporating principles of design thinking, architecture, and he's merging them with technology tools and resources. IDEA stands for Innovation, Design, Exploration, and Application. Here, students do more than just build things. They merge design principles with hands-on skills and use state-of-the-art technology to produce some amazing projects. In the Idea Lab, you will find students using woodworking tools, CAD software to design models to be printed in 3D printers to create prototypes, and using laser cutters to engrave designs onto their creations. The industrial design class is even building a switch electric vehicle from a kit, which when finished will be a fully functioning electric car. English teacher Casey Farber uses PBL in her Panther Press elective class, where students publish their own school newspaper each week. Every edition has a theme, but students can choose their own topic to research and write about. All students at our school are sent the digital newspaper through email, and homeroom teachers encourage their classes to check it out. There is always something interesting to learn from the Panther Press staff. This is the fourth year that Casey Farber and Nate Bublitz have run a cross-curricular English and Science comic crossover project. Each student creates an original character to explore concepts in both classes and to collaborate with their peers to practice writing and creating sequential artwork. They start the project by creating character design sheets. They then develop origin stories and explain scientific phenomena along the way. They also participate in peer review to revise their projects and make it better over time. This year, we will be hosting an Anderson Valley Comic Con at the end of our school-wide exhibition that will include costumes, artist panel interviews, and multimedia presentations.
What have you enjoyed about the comic project we've been working on so far?
I think it's really fun. I would definitely want to do it again because you just get to, do comics, and I think that's really cool.
Creative writing is fun, making up characters is fun, and overall I would probably say the amount of freedom we get with just designing a comic and making it ourselves with very few restrictions, relatively.
What I've enjoyed the most is drawing. I really have improved my drawing skills and word solving things, like how to express it on paper.
Well, it gives me more drawing skills and understanding reading.
Spanish and English language development teacher Allie Cook recently ran an extensive PBL project on gratitude, and this is her reflection on that project.
I was given a curriculum to use for my junior high English language development class because I teach 6 different classes and I get about 10 minutes of prep time per class to prepare lessons and grade all of their papers. I do not get time to design special activities. But these specific students needed project-based learning. I created an 8-week gratitude project for them. They got to experience receiving gratitude with a surprise party and appreciation letters from their teachers. They interviewed teachers about what special mementos they had kept from students over the years. They observed in different classrooms and took data to count how many times they saw gratitude expressed. In reflections, they shared things like, wow, the teachers really keep everything we give them. They really do care about us. Nobody even said thank you to the teacher when she was playing music for them, and the vibe was chill. It made me feel surprised and so good. I've never gotten a letter like that from anyone ever. That was just the project launch. It involved taking time to get teachers to write letters, organizing a field trip, coordinating student interviews and observations with teachers, planning a party, writing multiple reflection sheets with specific sentence frames, and more. This is just for one of my classes. Currently, these students are deep in the throes of organizing a surprise Teacher Appreciation Week for the teachers at the school. They created different events that they wanted to plan and are executing them collaboratively and very enthusiastically. They are writing reflections and researching and making lists and organizing their own field trip and not complaining, ever. They worked for 55 minutes straight the other day without stopping, and they didn't even notice. For this particular group of students, that level of engagement is pretty unusual. PBL works. Our most vulnerable students need it. However, using this much time and energy for just one class is not sustainable nor manageable. During these past few weeks, the effort I have had to take to put into this one class has taken away from my ability to keep up with my other grading and planning for all of my other classes. The amount of coordinating, creating, and organization is truly a spectacle. Writing the project plan alone took me over 6 hours. I want to do PBL more often. Our students deserve to have these kinds of experiences consistently. I hope we can figure out a way to make this more reasonable to implement.
In our presentation to the board, we will be sharing what we need at our school district to make PBL happen. Some examples of what we need: schedule that benefits a PBL practice, enough time for teacher planning and collaboration, PBL support staff, project funding, PBL implementation stipends to incentivize teachers to participate, and community partnerships. We won't just be telling them what we need, though. We want to make some very actionable items that our board can take to help support our teachers doing PBL. For instance, we need a block scheduled or group cohort of classes to allow for cross-curricular collaboration and field trips. We also need increased planning time and sub-coverage to allow teachers to collaborate, and stipends for after-work collaborative time or exhibition planning. We don't want to come off sounding whiny or needy to our board, so we plan on collecting as many student voices as we possibly can to include in our video. Here are a few.
So, hold on, let me make sure. Okay, so will you tell us about the electric car project?
Yeah, so this is a Switch electric car, which Switch is a company that makes electric vehicle kits for schools to buy and then assemble. And well, this model uses 6 batteries to power the whole thing. And then there's various wiring that is all labeled together, and so you just plug and play, and it's pretty cool to see how everything is like constructed and how an electric car in a simple sense would be.
What I've learned is pretty much how to do wiring, making sure, just double checking everything. If you do a mistake, it causes the whole car to go to waste. Because it's a lot of electrical and it's all connected, so a lot of things can go wrong.
What do you enjoy about doing projects in class?
I think it's actually also very fun because you just get to have fun and get your mind off like other work that you have in other classes. So I think it's really fun.
It's more interesting than just here, read this thing, write 5 paragraphs about it. It feels less arbitrary. It's more thought-provoking, and I would say overall people enjoy more creative projects than read this thing, write 5 things about it.
What I enjoy is working together or like helping other people as well.
It helps you expand your mind, and it helps you not just be bored in the classroom reading a book. Or, well, yes, reading books are fun, but not doing an assignment like book work.
Well, first it gets us to like realize that not everything is easy, and sometimes it's nice to like take a little break from everything else and just have a little thing to focus on.